guys!
Welcome back to another Woodpile Reacts. It's Andrew.
And Info.
And Alexa.
And Adam.
And today we're going to be reacting to Dr. Stone, episode 16.
This is by far my favorite series.
We're over halfway done with this show, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it. But we left off and kind of a closure to everything we've been working to.
Yeah.
Right? With Ruri finally being able to walk around and live her life.
The question is, what is Senku gonna do with this village?
Exactly.
He's gonna be like, now I have an army.
And also, like, what's happening with his last name and everything, and like, who started the village?
Yeah, like all
Yeah.
of that.
I have a feeling now that there's not an urgent, pressing matter. Obviously, Tsukasa's still a thing, but without, like, something that needs to be done right now, we might get some more development in the history of our characters. Yeah.
Well, it was not really something I saw coming, so.
What?
Senku's parents
Oh.
started the village. Well, mostly. Other than that, like, that one part that where I was like, wait, Senku?
Yeah. We've had a little bit of a hint this village might be related to Senku, but no one in the village really looks like him either, though.
I know.
No celery hair.
No celery
Maybe
hair.
maybe he was like a savior of it or something.
Well, to be fair, I think the celery hair part is more of a... Because the hair can't naturally be green.
I mean, you never know. You mean anime characters, they have some weird natural hair.
Yeah. What if all anime characters that have, like, goofy hair, they really just are wearing wigs? They're actually just bald.
You know, I thought Gon had green hair for the longest time.
You told me that.
It's not black, it's green.
It's definitely black.
It's black.
Anyway, let's just jump right in and see what this episode has to offer us.
Okay.
Ishigami Village.
Everyone's like, why?
Poggers.
Oh wow, he's so shocked.
I think he actually is, for once in his life, surprised.
I know.
悠久の遥か昔から知っていたのです。あなたの名前。すまない。私には何一つわからないぞ。
おお、村と千空の名前が偶然一緒とかありえねえだろ。てか、ルリは千空のこと知ってたのかよ。大方ミコの伝承話に出てくんだろう。俺が。
はい。最後のこの100番目のお話だけはきっと遠い遠い昔に本当にあった出来事なのよ。お母様が話してくれたのはとても強くそしてとても優しいお話でした。100物語その100
What is
What
it?
is it?
これは
Senku?
石神千空
Alright.
Is it baby Senku?
Yeah.
Aww.
なんでずっと俺についてくんだよ。
Did he really ask that?
超絶フェイントかけても100億%できやがる。その千空という少年は幼い頃からあらゆる不思議に興味を示した。
Is that his dad?
千空、お月様は俺のことが好きなんじゃねえか。
ああ、そういうのいらねえから今。科学のマジ話してんだよ。
どういう保育園児だお前。
Preschool.
He's in preschool.
月が
Just
宇
trying
宙
to...
に行く。
宇宙飛行士。おお、いい夢ですね。
Oh, he did it because his
い
dad.
や、今すぐ速攻で行く。
同じ宇宙好きでも千空は自分で考
Who
え
doesn't love space?
自分で作る科学の面白さの方にズンズンハマっていった。
Wait.
するんだ千空。こんなものは。
スーツは。
着衣水泳が試験最大の弱点なんだろ。電極スパルタスーツで
Oh my
動きを
god.
筋肉に覚えさせる。
泳げるかこんな実際役に立ったわけないでしょですよね。でも千空が俺のために
Yeah.
私は宇宙飛行士として必ず宇宙へ行く。
Aww.
そして科学の力になる。
Yes.
今私が千空に返せることはそれだけです。
Aww. That is so.
クルーたちが乗り込みを開始しました。ちなみに白夜さんです。
Oh.
千空、お前のことだ。どうせ中継なんか見てもねえだろうが一応な。山ほど科学の土産持って帰って。
Yes.
待ってろよ。
留守。
Yeah.
石上君のお母さん。
皆さん授業中ですよ。
Aww. He even cared enough to watch them.
That's a lot.
Aww.
石上白夜。
Aww.
俺の父親だ。
Wow, that must have been so long ago.
Wait.
So that's how it looks like her. You gotta look
It
on
looks
the right
like
side. Look at
ruined.
that.
Oh yeah, it does.
ようこそ国際宇宙ステーションへ。
お疲れ様です。私はね、あなたたちとは違うの。5000万ドルも払ってソユーズの席を買った。言ってみれば宇
She
宙
just
旅
bought-
客なのよ。
What?
私を出迎える態度じゃないでしょ。この歌姫リリアンを。まさか。
So much like Senku. Look, he looks like Ginro. He looks like Ginro.
笑うのよ、白夜。もうちょっと引っ張れたのにこれ。
Aw.
悪い。だってもうコテコテすぎてんなやついねえよ。
He looks almost like Ginro.
笑ってないで止めなよ。おじさんもさ。
僕は頼りになるぜ。なんせもう宇宙2度目だしな。気は小さいが大ベテラン様だ。
なんであんたが偉そうなのよ。
慎みなよ。
私すっごいファンなんです。リリアンさんの。
コニー、あんたいきなり何言い出すかと思ったら。
あの
Oh.
Oh, that is her music. They really were.
Wow, we get some extra music.
Wow. Filming her in space. Was she just supposed to sing in space or something?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh! So can any of them sing?
Huh?
So can any of them sing? I guess.
In the village?
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure.
僕に連絡とか。
必要ないな。僕は独り身だ。
白夜は？
Please.
ああ、俺はな、千空っつう息子がいいんだけど、そこのシャミール見たことも連絡なんか興味もねって。どうせ今頃なんかの研究に没頭してるわ。多分。うるさくて細かいやぶ。すまんすまん。しかし本当好きな歌。
それからは自分で歌うようになった。歌うことがとっても楽しかったの。もっと世界中のいろんな国のいろんな人に聞いてもらいたい。それでちょっとでも世界って楽しい、生まれてきてよかったって思ってくれたら嬉しい。あの頃の私がそうだったように。
悪い悪い。
超はずいんですけどこれ。
俺は味噌汁。助けて。食べられたくねえよ。やった。
Ginro, it's the guy who looks like Ginro.
俺は自由だ。
Is it? No, it's Senku. It's down. I can totally see it doing the guy that looks
そうは
like
いか
Ginro.
ん。
何して
なビビるほどうめえだろ。
本当？私にもちょうだい。
違う。
Oh.
見てくれ。窓の外を。地球を。
What the heck?
Like a nuclear.
Is that an alien?
戻しません。
さっきの光なんかあったんだよ地上で。とんでもないことが。
核戦争とか。
やめてよそんな怖い想像。
しゃあ、ネットがつながった。
誰か状況ツイートしてない？
なんだこりゃ。石像？
そんなことって。神様。
戻ろう。地球に。
おほう、何言ってんの白夜まで。言ったでしょ、70億人もいるんだからきっと誰かが助けに。
よヤコフ。
I'm like,
俺たちは人類最後の6人だ。助けを待つ？ちげえだろ。俺たちが助けに行くんだよ。
alright.
全人類70億人を。
Alright.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a jam-packed info episode to kind of counteract some of the action episodes we've had recently.
Yeah,
What do you guys think?
it was good. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Yeah. Nothing really shocking really happened, but we did find out how the village started, so.
Yeah?
Well, sort of. We don't really know why they decided to stop telling people about technology and things like that, and why they stopped trying to recreate that. I mean,
Yeah.
all of that with, like, if they started working together, they probably could have done something. But I mean, and back then all of the text so that everyone could learn the things they didn't know were back there. So what changed from all the information and things they could have done that made them decide to just let it all go?
Yeah. It's interesting. I wonder why none of the technology they had before came with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Like, yeah.
How did they get so primitive again?
Mm-hmm.
When there's cities full of tech, basically?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the cities should still work for just fine, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, without people to run everything, like, if a power plant goes out or something, you might have trouble, but, I mean, there's so many resources that it could sustain 6 people really easily, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The city could probably sustain that colony for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. I wonder how.
And I mean, with all the resources they had at that time, why didn't they use them? Like, they could have raised their kids in a society like that so that eventually it'd be basically back to normal.
What do you mean?
Like, they could have kept technology going around with them, so like, why did that change? Why did they not do that?
Right. Yeah, there's got to be some sort of reason
Why,
for that,
like,
at least.
also they would have been more likely to free everybody. Did they just not think that was a possibility?
Maybe they... I mean... they are scientists.
Mm-hmm. Most of them.
Most of them. So...
You'd think they'd want...
At least definitely the Ginro guy is. So I don't know if they just... If maybe none of them are chemists chemistry people that don't really know how to like they didn't really experiment with the stone people.
Yeah, but
or what?
I don't know. But all of them could have learned how to do that. They had the resources to learn at this time. At this point in time, they had the resources to learn how to do that. So why did they choose not to?
To do what?
To learn how to do chemistry and things like that to try to get them back.
Oh.
And like thinking about the doctors, like those two are both doctors. So the amount of medical help they could have given to people, but instead they let all of the medical research they'd done, everything that was present in their time, they just let it go. So why do they do that?
Yeah.
None of them are really just normal people.
I feel like there definitely should have been some sort of information data bank or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there is. Maybe we just haven't seen it yet, and maybe we're gonna find it in this next.
Well, so that village has been there since practically the beginning.
For 3,700 years.
And his dad died like 3,000 years ago.
3,600 years ago, probably.
Yeah, but like, and even then, you'd feel like would have started making strides at some point to do things better. I'm guessing what they have now is basically what they started with. Pretty similarly. I mean, it might have taken a couple years to get it to there.
Well, to be fair, it probably wasn't quite the same because it probably deteriorated over time because they might have had more resources from like the village, like the city and stuff. But over time, it started to deteriorate or whatever, and they couldn't.
I understand that, but I mean, like the architecture and the resources that they had. I mean, not necessarily resources, but
we know
things they used. They probably had since the beginning.
Yeah, we know that the mainland is connected to the village of Japan, at least, right?
Yes.
Because Senku then came from Japan,
So
it's not like unless they like boated to Japan some point later down the line, like they would have those access to resources.
Yeah, and why did none of them pursue that themselves? Like, why haven't they made any strides in science on their own? Did they tell them not to? Like
3,700 years. I mean, that alone is like that's a long time. Like, think about how we went from 0 BC to today, and the scientific strides we've made through that. But to be fair, this is 6 people. The world is like billions of people. So, like, science can come together and make different things, and there's a lot more people to get science stuff done than the volume size of just 6 people in a village. Who, I mean, eventually that village turns into, 50-something people? Or whatever, however many people in the village?
Yeah.
So it's like...
And I do understand that, but I still feel like they could have made strides to do something. Even if it was just... I feel like they could have done different things. Like, think about what they eat. Like, they haven't tried to make any strides in even those things, or,
well, that's
the medical things they have. Like how primitive that is. I feel like they could have made some strides, so I'm wondering if it didn't happen, or if they were told not to do it, or if it just wasn't important.
You know that they have the stories, right? Passed down. I don't know what those stories all convey.
Yeah, we only know the last one.
If there's just technology that's in the stories that it's being kind of cryptic, and it's not very clear, and maybe that's why. But I mean, these stories that he's written that like have been passed down, how would they lose the context for those stories so easily? Is what my question. It seems like if you can memorize 100 stories, you can memorize like what they mean. Like, oh, this story means this, but I don't really know what that is. I feel like there could be some context there, but maybe not. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why they chose to run the village like this with the priestess and everything. Like, why did they choose to do it that way?
I feel like that could have just been a consequence of deterioration of... Like, there's not... Like, no one knows what... At this point, no one knows what like, capitalism is.
Yeah.
Or a democracy. Right? They're just kind of going back to the primitive instincts of, like, oh, the strongest person must be good. I mean, we see that in the grand bout.
Yeah, but then we also see their belief in the gods. And so I'm wondering
Did
if,
they?
like, yes, they're talking about, but he won the grand bout in front of the gods.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, also, a lot of people in Japan believe that.
Well, yeah, but, like... yeah.
I mean-
we don't really know what their religion's like, but...
I mean, the people that started this were scientists
Yeah.
who believed in facts and knowledge.
Yeah. I mean, you can
So
be
I'm
religious and be a scientist. So.
I mean, yeah, and I agree, but I'm just wondering, like, why did it become this way? People who valued knowledge so much that it becomes something about physical strength.
Maybe because it just, you know,
Yeah.
that stuff wasn't as important as survival.
Oh, well.
And if you're trying to survive, then,
Yeah.
I mean, knowledge will obviously help you, like, if we look at Senku. But our first instinct is just to be strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but especially, like, his father, I feel like he would have made greater strides to try to bring Senku back.
You didn't really know where Senku was, though.
It couldn't have been too hard. I mean, he came
It
back
only
down-
goes to like 5 places.
I mean, Senku walked to that statue, this little Buddha, pretty easily. I mean, that was just probably the central place. Back when they went down to Earth, they could probably find Senku's skull very easily.
I mean, and nothing's deteriorated, so...
Mm-hmm. So it'd probably be very simple to find Senku.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where they actually, like, go
Mm-hmm.
when they get down to Earth. I'm sure we'll see that in a future episode. or
Senku
something.
wasn't in a building when
He
Yeah,
was.
he
He was at school
When he
in the
woke up.
science lab.
when
Oh,
he
wait,
woke
when he
up.
woke
Oh,
up?
yeah, the
Well, that's
bite
because
really
everything's dilapidated and...
Although, it's an interesting question. Like, why was he inside a cave? Where, like, because that's where he was, right? When he woke up.
Remember?
No,
he was,
Senku
he
was,
was
like,
just
in her-
outside one.
Yeah, he was outside of the
Okay.
cave.
But, like, there wasn't any caves near where Senku's school was.
Skull?
School.
School.
Well, I think the cave formed over time, over 3,700
Okay.
years. The terrain would definitely change
Mm-hmm.
here and there. Especially if, like, cities were just crumbling and terramorphing the land, so...
I guess we'll just find out eventually in that episode.
Yeah, I love the interaction of the space crew.
Yes.
They're pretty awesome. Senku's dad is hilarious.
He
True.
is.
It's so nice.
So nice.
He's a troll. Just
He
like
is
Senku.
like Senku. Just like Senku.
Also,
I think the moon has a crush on you, Senku.
also, I'm like, what happened to his mom? Because he said he had a son, but he didn't say anything about a wife. So is she dead?
Good question.
Main characters always only have one parent. It's, you don't even know. There may not be any reason for it, like Deku.
But we know Deku
His
has
dad's-
a father.
His dad's on a business trip.
We don't,
It's
but
been a
we,
very long business
but we
trip.
know. We know Deku has a dad. We just don't know where he's doing. But
Exactly.
we have heard that we haven't heard anything about there even being a mother.
Functionally gone.
It's just
Well, yeah. You'll find out about more of that later.
okay.
I
I wonder if she's like a top scientist or something.
We got some nice music.
I bet that Ruri can sing like an angel.
Like an angel. Can
That'd
you
be
imagine Kohaku singing, like trying to perform? Oh my word.
Yeah, no, I can't.
But I
No,
bet
that's
she
not-
can. I bet she can sing.
I don't know. I feel like Kohaku would have had just randomly been really bad singer.
Yeah. I don't think there's much of a difference between Kohaku and Ruri, but I have such a strong image of Ruri being the more
Yes.
calm one. She would be the one to sing.
Yes.
100%.
And I think that parts of that could just be because she was trained from birth to know she was going to be the priestess one day.
Yeah.
So she just had to kind of chill a little bit more and just learn how to behave. In Kohaku, she purposely tried to be the Rainbow Shock to try to save Ruri.
Right. Yeah. Actually, what is your guys' favorite character?
Senku. And the craftsman.
What about you, Adam?
Senku and Chrome.
Chrome.
And Taiju.
And then what's his name is just funny to laugh at. What's his
Ginro?
name? Ginro.
Ginro.
He's not my favorite character, but I just can't see this show without him. It'd just be so boring.
Mine is Senku.
Well, not boring. Shocker.
Wow. Look,
I would
everyone's
marry.
favorite character is
I would
Senku.
marry Senku.
No, you would marry
Don't
anyone
worry,
who's
he wouldn't
in
marry
it.
you.
I know he wouldn't marry me.
My mind is
I love him.
Obviously, he doesn't like blondes.
He doesn't like women.
He just doesn't like people.
Okay, so like, true.
He likes science.
He likes science.
He'd marry science.
He's going to marry your science.
Who continued the line? Like, I'm very curious about that.
The line.
Yeah, like the descendants. Like, who got married and ended up doing that?
I assume just all of them.
Wait, can we just like appreciate that one image?
They're all related to each other.
Can we just appreciate the one image that of Senku on the phone watching his dad? No! He was
That's so
so
sweet.
beautiful in that image. I
That
can
was
look
so
at that
sweet.
image for the rest of my life. I'm gonna make that my background on my phone.
Why is that?
Just look at it. Go back to it. Go back to it.
Oh
Why is it so such a thing?
She's a nuthead.
Which one?
Where? No. Where he's
Like
watching
where-
him on the
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
Yeah, that's one. No.
I'm going to it.
There.
That?
No. That one. That one. Where he's like, that's one. I can look at it all day.
Word.
This is the one she's talking about. Why is that so good?
He looks so good in that. He looks
Does
He
he?
looks beautiful.
With his
He's
stinky
sticking
in
his
his
finger
ear.
in his ear.
Dude, I don't even question it. Look
Oh, that
at
one.
him.
You can do that one.
Yeah, there. Find that one.
That one's better.
Look at that.
Or that.
Yeah, definitely that.
totally.
He's just.
It's the red eyes.
He's my celery boy.
Yeah.
My celery
He's my
boy.
celery boy.
Celery boy.
Anna is a celery. Wait.
I'm a celery
Anna is a
fanatic.
celery.
I don't even
But you don't even like
I
celery.
don't even like celery. I'm gonna like it with peanut butter.
Well, none of us really like celery very much.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of Dr. Stone. If you like it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Helps out the channel a lot. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Demon Slayer's coming right up.
Bye.
Bye.